Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session of Bedtime Board Games. I am your host, Andrew Block, and tonight we are continuing my quest through the land of Overboss. Now, I have realized something that I need to check on real quick. And that is, there are sorry, there are side quests on the scoring sheets for this solo campaign mode. So I need to kind of make sure that I'm doing this correctly. And scoring my stuff. Whoops. I want to score my stuff correctly. So 1, 2, 3. Because, as I said before, this whole thing is about getting the best score possible. So one band size of 3, one band size of 2, which doesn't count for nothing. And oops, that is that. Okay. Got a mini boss there. So got the crystals, matching monsters. 1, 2, 3. I don't think that counts for nothing. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to double check my score here real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was it. Okay, cool. I actually did score that correctly. All right, so continuing my run through the solo campaign, we are doing level 3. And level 3 is building civilization. We are using the swamps, the caves, the camps, deserts, castles, and of course, dungeons. And our boss sponsor that we can use is Porcus, which is a legally distinct monster from a certain Legend of Zelda boss or Belladonna. Obviously, I chose Porcus. I think his ability to when drafting this turn, you may take any tile and token from the market, so I don't have to take the matching pair like I would normally. I think that's going to be super useful. My scoring crystals are Orctropolis. I have to build a 2x2 group of orc camps, but the camps don't have to all be unique, so they can just be whatever. Castlemania, I have to build 3 castles. They don't have to be linked. A mistake I made with the swamps on the first level, but they all have to have vampires in them. And I have to score 54 or more points. Now, I've noticed that all the levels are requiring me to get more and more and more points. So that's becoming more and more difficult. So castles score, they have a base value of 2, and they get 2 additional points with a vampire on them. So if I get all 3 of those, that's going to be 4, 8, 12 points for the castles. And the camps could be big points if I can make them all unique and get orcs in them. But this is going to be a difficult level. I may not be able to pass this one very easily anyway. So I'm not going to explain how the whole game works in this particular video. If you want that, before I start anyway, if you want that, take a look at part 1 of this particular series. You'll get that. Otherwise, just keep watching and you'll kind of understand how the game works. I'll explain what I'm doing as I do it. So let's get started. In my marketplace, I have a cave, a camp, a cave, and a dungeon. The dungeon has a sandworm. The cave has a sandworm. We have a witch here, and we have a vampire here. Now, I need the camps because the camps are what is what. So we're going to take that camp and we're going to put it up here. And we need that. And as per solo rules, that one gets discarded along with its token, and then everything else gets slid down. Then we draw out 2 new ones. So what did we get here? We got a portal and a dragon. And that's with a dungeon and a swamp. Now, none of those tiles are particularly useful. The portal is actually pretty useful. And there's a vampire out there that I might be able to use, but it's connected to a cave. So those 2 are particularly useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this cave, we're going to set it there, and we're going to put this vampire. That vampire is out in that cave. That means this cave is getting discarded along with that sandworm. That dungeon's going away. I mean, going down the line. Okay. See what happens. Sandworm. Oof. Matching sandworm. I need that portal. So we're going to put that dungeon there, and we're going to take that portal, add it to our layer to be used later to kind of mix and match guys, because that's what we need. That swamp's getting discarded along with that dragon. And then this dungeon's getting moved down along with that sandworm. And 2 more tiles. So again, another portal. That's cool. Um, so again, the camps are scored by being unique. For each unique camp, it increases the score of their overall worth. So for having one unique camp out, it's worth 1 point. For 2 unique camps, it's worth 4. 3 unique camps, it's worth 9. And for 4 unique camps, it's worth 16. The caves here, they have a base value of 1. But if they're next to a mountain, which is represented by these rocky area bits on your board, they get a +2 bonus. So this particular cave right here is worth 3 points. The tokens represent monsters. And if you can put monsters that match their terrain type, those guys are worth 1 point. And then you'll get additional points for banding monsters, which is creating matching sets of monsters in rows or columns. So in order to reach the 54 points that I need, I'm going to need to kind of play off of that. Dungeons, they don't get monsters on them. You cannot put monsters on them. And they have a base value of 1, and they get additional points based on unique tiles, unique terrain tiles that are connected to them orthogonally. This game doesn't count any tiles that are connected diagonally. So we're not getting a whole lot of what I need coming out of here. So I may want to use Porkus's ability like right away. I mean, I don't really want to, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cave, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to take this portal, and I'm going to put it there, and I'll just flip him over to show that I've used it. Normally, when you play a normal game, it goes the other way. You play your boss face down so the other player doesn't know who you're using, and then when you use it, you flip it over, and it's like, haha, I used it. So that means this dungeon gets used, that guy gets discarded, that gets moved down, that gets moved down. And I'm actually not sure what happens here. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to move that down there. Because normally in a normal game, the stuff doesn't slide down. You just fill it back up for the player's next turn. So mini boss. Still not getting anything that I want. Let's take this swamp, and we'll take this guy, and we'll just place him there for now. Yeah, that's actually a good spot for it. And then this desert gets chunked out, and then this desert moves down. That gets moved down, and then, man, gosh, this is getting to be a little ridiculous. If it keeps going this way, we're not going to have enough spots to fill out any of our places for the castles and the camps. Well, Well, I want stuff that's going to be worth points. So we'll take this, put it there, and then we're going to take this. And because I have a blank spot here or here, I'm going to put her here. And there's a reason I'm doing that, which will become apparent here soon. Slide all this down. Finally, our first castle. So we're definitely going to try to maneuver to take that. Yeah, we're just going to take that right out of that. And we're just going to put it right here. And that gets an orc. We'll just put it, I think we're just going to put the orc up here in this cave. No, we won't. We'll put it here. No, we'll put him in this cave. He's going to dwell in that cave. He's going to be a quick cave dweller. Okay. This dungeon gets discarded along with this mini boss. I really hate to get rid of a mini boss. They're worth 2 points at the end of the game, but I really need the terrain tiles more than anything. And we're just not seeing what we need. Yeah. Another portal. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do it. Okay. Because we'd need 1, 2 for the castles and 1, 2, 3 for the camps. So we're going to have to try and just go for the points and the yeah, that really kind of sucks. That actually sucks a lot. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll take this and we'll put that there and we'll throw that dragon there. And then that'll get discarded along with that. And then this will all get shifted down. But we're going to start using some of our portals. We'll use our first portal to move him there. And then we'll use our second portal to move him here and her there. And now those guys are all matching. Okay, let's see what happens. Another desert. Man, could have made a killing on desert. Hey, there's a freaking orc camp. Dragon in the desert. Witch in the camp. Okay, so we'll take the camp and we'll drop it right there. And we'll take this witch and she'll go in that cave right there because that makes a good band right there. Discard this cave and that portal. Kind of sucks. Could have used that. But in fact, well, no, I already did it. Not going to cheat. Not going to cheat. Because I could have just taken that, but it's too late now. Too late. Too late. Okay. And we're not going to get the castle goal, so we might as well play to our other strengths. So we're going to take this swamp and put it here and take this orc. And because this camp is empty, we're going to throw this orc in there, and that creates a band right here. So that's really good. This desert gets discarded along with that dragon. And another camp. Now we're getting to the camps and the castles. Which okay, so we're going to take that camp, throw it down, take this witch, and because this swamp is empty, we're going to throw her in that swamp, and that swamp's going to go away along with that vampire, which could have helped earlier, but want another camp. No. We didn't even get it. We didn't get the dang goal. We didn't get any of the goals. Didn't get any of the goals. We're going to have to play this map over. It's going to cost us one of our lives. That's unfortunate. Well, maybe we could at least score. Well, we're definitely not going to take the desert, because the desert by itself is just worth 0 points. We are going to, well, but that'll make our dungeon worth 5. But that's just an additional point, whereas the castle is just worth 2. So yeah, the castle with the orc into that camp. Okay, let's tally up our points. So for swamps, we have 2 swamps and they're worth 2 apiece, because swamps have a base value of 1, and they get an additional point value if they're next to water, and an additional point value if they're next to other swamps. Unfortunately, they're not next to other swamps, so they just get the water bonus. So 2 and 2, so that's 4 points. Caves. I have 4 caves, and they're all next to rock. So that's base value 1 plus 2 points to make them worth 3 if they're next to rock. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. What else is there? Camps. 3 unique camps makes the total value of the camps worth 9. Deserts. I don't have any deserts, worth 0. Castles. Base value 2. Base value 2, if it has a vampire, it's worth an additional 2. So that's 4 and 6. My dungeon is base worth 1 plus 1 for each unique tile next to it. So this is not unique from that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes my terrain score 4, 12, 16, 25, 31, 35. I have 0 mini bosses. I have 0 crystals. Whew, this is not going to be good. Matching monsters. Monsters that match their terrain type are each worth 1 point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now bands. Single monsters in a band are worth nothing. Bands of 2 are worth 2. Bands of 3 are worth 5. And bands of 4 are worth 7. So this is a band of 3. That's worth 5. This is a band of another 3. So that's worth another 5. So that's 10. And that's a band of 2. So that's a total of 12. And that gives me a total token score of 19. Now my boss score, which is his end game score, score +1 for each type of monster and mini boss on your map. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 types. So that's 4 points right there. All right, let's see here. 35 and 19 is 54. Plus 4 from the boss is 58. I managed to score the last goal, which is score more than 54 points. I was unable to beat the level though, because you need to score at least 2 of the goals in order to pass the level. So I'll have to play this level again. And maybe I'll try Belladonna this time in order to do that. Well, let's see if we completed any side quests first. So I got 1 crystal, so I'm going to mark that off. Matching monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do that. Actually got 5. 5. I got 7. I'm going to mark that off because that's a hard one to get. Okay, bands. 2 bands of 2. 1, 2. 2 bands of 2. I can do that. 2 bands of 3. We're going to do that 1, 2. And I got no bands of 4. So, and I don't have any mini bosses. Did crystals, did matching monsters. So, okay. Cool. All right, let's try it again. So let's get Belladonna out, and then we'll try this again. This I've never found a good way to shuffle tiles. You know, not without like seriously damaging them. So if anybody out there knows a good way to do that, please feel free to share that with me. Damn it. Okay. Start with nothing that I need. All right, so Belladonna's ability is remove a token from your map, then draw 3 random tokens from the bag and choose 1 to replace on your map or layer. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get it started. Boom. I want that vampire. That vampire is going to be useful. Get rid of that desert. There's the camp. Dragon and another vampire. Okay, so we're going to take that camp. I'm going to set it up there. Vampire goes there. Swamp out of the way. An orc. Deserts, deserts, deserts. No. Let's get these deserts out of here. There's a vampire, but it's connected to a desert. Mini boss. I think I'm going to take that mini boss. Or no, I won't. No, I won't. Well, it doesn't matter. I already scored the point one on here, so it's mostly about trying to get side quests and basic oh, I didn't have any mini bosses on there. I could have marked 0 mini boss side quests. We're gonna do that. So if I can get a lot of mini bosses, yeah, we'll try that. So we'll just take that mini boss and we'll throw it right there. Don't care about those deserts. Man, another dungeon. Jeez. Another dungeon. Man, there's less dungeon tiles than there are any other um, type of terrain tile. Like the other terrain, I think has 10 tiles, and there's like 7 dungeon tiles. So, make of that what you will. Shoot, we're gonna need that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this vampire. Get that vamp. Get that vamp. Another stupid swamp. Man, okay, portal. Portal. We can use that portal. So we will take that portal and that swamp and we will utilize it. Oh, another castle. Cool. Castles are starting to come out now. We may be able to do this one. Okay, so we'll take this castle and we'll put it here. And we'll leave this guy here and we'll put this vampire inside that castle. Because that's where his home is. That's where he wants to be. Probably got a nice fancy coffin in there. Ooh, the castle crystal. If I wanted more points, that would be a good one to have. So we're going to take this castle and we're actually going to throw it down here. And we'll put that dragon there. Doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest. Okay. Oops, drew too many tiles on that. One orc. Not seeing any orc camps though. Okay, so we'll get this right here. We'll get him there. And we'll go ahead and use my portal to just swap these guys. So that's pretty close to getting one of the crystals done. And actually, I probably didn't have to do that. Oh, and this guy would have had to have gone here because he is sitting in my thing. So, because of how the rules work, if you have an open terrain, the thing has to go into it. So, at some point, that would have had to have been filled. There's my last castle. So we're going to go ahead and take that just so we can fill it up. Now what we need is orc camps in order to get the full trilogy going. Don't know if we'll actually be able to do that, but we'll see. It doesn't look like it because those are going to fill up spots. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to get that, but we will get the two. Pretty sure we'll be able to get the two to get the. We'll be able to get Castle Mania. Build 3 castles with matching vampires. Pretty sure we'll be able to get the other vampire into the other castle. It'll take a minute, but we'll be able to do it. I'm going to use Belladonna's ability. Remove a token from your map. We're going to remove that guy and draw 3 random tokens. Oh, come on, where's the vampire? No, no, no. And choose 1 to place on your map or layer. Okay. Take one of the, and then the other 3 go back into the bag. Okay. Well, that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Well, shoot. This is going to be a little bit more difficult than I wanted. Dang it. Dang it. Looks like we're going to have a hard time with this one. Yep, we're not going to be able to do it. Okay. Well, that was really kind of disappointing. I didn't even get any bans or nothing. So, okay. Mini bosses, I got 2. So I did get a side quest. I didn't get any crystals. Matching monsters. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that. Bands, I didn't get any, so forget that. And that's it. Oh, I did get this. Well, dang it. Dang it all to heck. Oh, I did get one band. I got one band of two. Whoopity doo dah. Okay, so Belladonna is clearly the ability to have for this particular run because she lets me swap out a token, but it's still not eating up all my hearts to try and get one of these things. Jeez. Whoops. Help if I shuffle them readily together. All right, I'll try one more time. Then I'll call it quits. All right, let's see what happens. Let's lay out some guys first. Orc, witch, sandworm. Right, we know none of those are useful. Desert, swamp, castle, orc camp. Eh, complete opposite sides of the spectrum right there. All right. Well, I need both of those. Let's go ahead and begin our trek. Another castle. Another castle. Boss. Hey, there's our first vampire. Let's take this and that. You know what? No. Let's do this. think the vampire is going to be the more useful asset here. These witches taking over the vampire castles. Pretty amazing. May have to take a desert so I can get that portal. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Throw it there. Get that. And then that cave that's going to go out, that mini boss is going to go out. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's castle number 3. Sandworm associated with it. That's okay because I can make it empty. So go ahead and throw that there and take that sandworm and dump them in a desert. And then this dungeon and dragon. Ooh, I said the words. Cave and an orc camp. There it is. Oh, we're getting a plethora of sandworms coming out right now. Okay. Okay. Just kind of flying through it right now. It's not a whole lot to really kind of. I've got I'm getting the tiles that I need, but I'm not getting the tokens that I need. Is what's going on. I have one vampire. Okay. So getting the vampires out is what's really kind of becoming an issue. There's a mini boss and another mini boss. Okay, so what I want here. I'll take this dungeon. I'll throw this orc inside that camp. Because I've got the castles that I need. And I need one more orc camp. I don't need to actually put orcs inside the camps. Okay, I just need the camps. But I do need the vampires for the castles. And that is proving to be problematic. So we'll take that and that. now we're going to start doing some stuff. So we'll use one of our portals and we'll put her here, I guess, him there. Then we'll use my Belladonna ability, pull off that witch, and see 1, 2. Come on, vampire. And another, damn. We'll take him. And then they can go back in. Okay. He goes off. And then that all comes down. And what do we got going on here? Another castle. Now we're getting all the castles. There's a vampire. Ooh, and he's paired with a castle, which will help. And an orc. So if I just take that castle, that's 2 out of the 3. And I just won't have to worry about it. So we'll just do that. Okay, here it is. Last turn. If I can get a vampire to come out, I can win. I can do it. I can do both. Because there's no orc camp. Come on, vampire. Damn it, I pulled out 2. Damn. This one is... All right. All right. Well, I know I didn't score any of the side quests, so I'm not going to worry about that. I did use this, so this is poo hockey. 3, 4, 5. I've used 5 of my hearts, which means using standard is going to be difficult. All right, well, that's going to be it for me tonight. So I have not completed level 3. I'm kind of at a standstill here. I need to either get 4 orc camps or 3 castles with vampires in them. These 2 camps have not been able to have vampires in them. Orc, mini boss, crystal, mini boss. All the vampires are. It must be daytime. It must be daytime. They don't want to come out. All right. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining me, folks. We'll try level 3 again, maybe tomorrow, depending on how I feel. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed what I do here, and play more games. Have a good night.